Him. This is your motivation for the week. Get your Bible.
Listen, 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 listen! I want you to stop what you are doing right now. Stop and listen. Stop, sit and listen. Stop, sit and listen. Stop, sit and listen. I see you, Salubana. I see you, Salubana. I see you. Stop, sit, and listen. Now that I have your attention, I have called you out. I am calling on you to stop, to sit, and to listen. I believe that you are in a season in your life when it is time to make things happen. It is time for things to come together. It is time for the ball to start rolling. I think that it is time, and I don't think I'm going to change that word from think to know. I know that it is time to do something different. I know that it is time to take a different approach. When you are in a different season in your life, listen. When you come to a different season and you want something new, listen, let me tell you something. If you want something different, you cannot keep doing the same thing that you've always done. If you want some new results, you have to take a different approach. And so I am calling you out tonight to tell you that this is your season for a different approach. This is your season to do something that you've never done before, to do something unexpected, to do something that people don't think that you should do, to do something that others don't always do. And what is that? Stay quiet and do the work. I want you to get it. I want you to get this in your spirit. I want you to fully understand the message on tonight. Your vitamin M motivation for tonight is stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Stop, sit, and listen. Stop, sit, and listen. Stop, sit, and listen. There comes a time and a place in your life when you simply need to take one simple action. One single solitary action. Stay quiet and do the work. And really, it's two things that you combining together, but I'm calling it one single action because it is something that you're going to do all at the same time, all at once. Stay quiet and do the work. 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 Listen, I want you to hear that on tonight that there comes a time, and tonight is the time. I'm telling you, it's time for you to stay quiet and do the work. You must reach a place in your life where you allow your work to speak for you. You can't, sometimes I find myself where I can't put it into words. I can't find the exact words that I want. When you can't put it into words, when you can't figure it out, you have to let your actions walk it out. When you can't figure it out, you have to let your actions walk it out. You have to allow your actions to do the walking and the talking and the speaking on your behalf. Be quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Be a quiet storm. Be a force to be reckoned with. How do you become a force to be reckoned with? You stay quiet and you do the work. You stay quiet and you do the work. You put them you put a silence on it. It's silence is golden. Silence is golden. Silence is golden. It's something about the peace. It is something about when you are quiet, the things that you can do in your quiet time, the things that you can come up with when there is silence. See, they are waiting on you. Your haters are waiting. Your haters are in the background waiting on you. They sitting behind here. They're on the left. They're on your right. They're in front of you. You see them trying to overtake you, and you know what they're waiting on. They're waiting on you to talk. They're waiting on you to speak, because what I have found is that if you let somebody talk long enough, if you allow somebody to talk long enough, the truth will come around. Some truth will come out in the situation. They're waiting on your truth. They're waiting to find out if you are going to talk yourself out of it. They're waiting to find out just how much does this thing mean to you? How serious are you? Because what you have done in the past is talked. And you've talked 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 and you said, I'm just trying to bounce my ideas. I'm trying to get some thinking partners. But there comes a time when you don't need a thinking partner. You don't need anybody to validate you. You don't need anybody to collaborate you. When the calling that is on your life was made, it was a call to you. It was not a conference call, is what I've heard. I heard that the calling on my life was not a conference call. It was a call directly to me, to my heart, to my soul. It called me out. So I had to learn to stay quiet and do the work. I had to learn to stay quiet and do the work. Let me tell you something. When I am silent, when I am quiet, when I'm in my quiet time, when I'm being peaceful, I'm thinking, I'm planning, I'm strategizing about what is about to go down. I'm making plans. I'm not just telling, listen, I'm just not telling you about it. I'm letting my work shine. I'm letting my work do the work. Quiet, let me tell you something about, let me read this to you. Quiet means little or no noise, carried out discreetly, secretly, or with moderation. And I'm going to say that again. Quiet means little or no noise, carried out discreetly, secretly, or with moderation. Honey, you listen. You have to make little or no noise when you are about to walk into your season, when you are about to go to that next level. You don't need a lot of noise. Listen, quiet means that I am making little to no noise. It is about to be carried out. It is about to be birthed in my quiet place. We're going to talk about that silence and the quiet place after these messages. Stay quiet and do the work.
Are you looking for a way to present your product, service, or event to a new audience? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Act now if you would like to be featured or advertise on the Vitamin M Show with Marshall Sterling. This is your chance to present your product, service, or event in over 200 million homes. If you don't have a commercial ready to air, you can still take advantage of this business growth opportunity. Contact us today to have our team produce you a one-of-a-kind professional, high-quality, royalty-free commercial that can be aired on TV, radio, and online on all social media platforms. If you are ready to professionally market your product, gain brand credibility, and present your business in a new light, we are ready to assist you. What are you waiting for? Do not miss this opportunity. Scan the QR code on the screen, or go to www.marshallsterling.com.
Stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet. quiet and do the work. Honey, your little to no noise, something that's done secretly and with moderation or in moderation, you about to turn this thing inside out. You about to turn this thing inside out. Listen, when they find out about you, when they hear about what's going on in your life, it's gonna be a bam, and you're gonna hit the world. A bam and hit the world. You about to hit them with a you about to hit them so hard they don't even see where you are coming from. That's how you do it. Because when you work in silence, you are getting things settled in your own spirit. You are letting things resonate with you. But I'm moving a little too fast and ahead of myself. Listen, when I find myself and I notice that it's a little difficult for me to find the words that I want to express myself, or I find myself going back inside of me and getting into my own head, and I begin to do that comparison game. I begin to look at other people and other things and what they're doing and how it is and how it's working out, and I begin to compare myself and say, okay, well, maybe I should do this and maybe I should do that, and what about this, and they did that and they did this, and I already know that that is not healthy for me, because it is about to take me to a place where I don't want to be, is where this is about to go. So I have to finish and cut off that nonsense. I have to look at it and say that I can take your ideas, I can take what you have, but I have to make it my own. I have to put my own sterling spin on it. I have to be who I am. Even when I'm looking at you, I cannot compare myself and say that I have to do it like this. What I have to do is take what you have and I have to own it. And I have to make it my own. But when I begin to doubt myself, when I begin to doubt my own abilities and get into my own self, you know what I begin to do to cut that off? I stay quiet and do the work. I stay quiet and do the work. I stay quiet and I do the work. I begin to shut it off even in my mind. I cut off the negativity. I cut off the negativity. I cut off the self-doubt. I cut it all off and I put a halt to it. I put a big X on it and I tell myself, not today. Stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet, Sterling, and do the work. Be a quiet storm. Be a wrecking ball. Be a wrecking ball. I'm a ball to be reckoned with. Listen. We are going to do the work anyway. If you're going to do the work in spite of, if you're going to do the work and you're going to do it because the work has to be done, stay quiet and do the work. If I'm going to do it, why not allow my work to work for me? Why not allow my work to speak volumes instead of me trying to tell others about my worth, instead of me trying to quantify and tell you about how great I am? I don't have to tell you about how great I am. I don't have to be boastful. I can walk in confidence and get up and then I can wreck it. You want to know why? Because I stay humble. And in humbleness becomes a quietness. And when you stay quiet, you can do the work, because you know what? Nobody can take your work or your track record away from you. They cannot. They maybe can deny what you say. They maybe can say, I don't believe it. I doubt that she'll do it. But what they can't do is when I put the facts in front of them, when I begin to show them that the time that when you were doubting me, when you were hating on me, when you was waiting and praying for me to fail, you know what I was doing? I was praying for my success. I was in my secret closet. I was being quiet and I was letting the results show up. I was letting my TV show numbers show up when they were saying your little TV show. Well, I was saying my little TV show is reaching over 100,000 people, and it is changing all kinds of lives across the whole entire world. Because what am I doing? I'm staying quiet and I'm doing the work. I'm staying quiet and doing the work. I'm showing up for myself in the silence. Nobody can take that away from me. Anybody can talk. Anybody can talk. Anybody can make a great presentation. Anybody can get a fancy PowerPoint or a fancy Canva. But can they show up and do the work? Can they show up when it's time to grind? Can they show up when it's time to put in the late hours? Can they show up when it's time for the creativity to start flowing? Can they show up when things are not working out? Can they show up when the imposter syndrome shows up? Can they show up in spite of all the things that you are faced with? And can they show up when the time and the season is like it is right now, when it is time to stay quiet and do the work? You don't have to tell people what you're doing. All you have to do is just say, I'm being quiet and doing the work. Can they put in the overtime? Can they work the plan and let others see your great work? You don't need to tell, as the old people used to say, sometimes it is best to not tell your right hand what your left hand is doing, because I don't want any discouragement. I don't want anybody throwing me off my game. What I'm going to do is be quiet and do the work. Because I'm going to be the one that you have to watch out for. I'm going to be the one that you're going to look up and you're going to be like, wait a minute, did that girl just explode? Did that girl career just go everywhere? Yes, it did. You want to know why? Because I was staying quiet and I was doing the work. I was staying quiet and doing the work. Be the one that the group has to watch out for. Be the one that everybody has to be like, whoa, wait a minute. Who is that? Because you were staying quiet and doing the work. You were laying the groundwork. See, when I'm quiet, I've told you again, when I'm quiet, I'm strategizing and I'm planning and I'm making plans and I'm writing. And I'm just getting in and I'm digging out and I'm digging in. I'm digging in and doing the work. I'm doing the heavy lifting. I'm putting in the time. I'm doing my research. I'm doing my homework. I'm talking to people that are in the field. I'm reading books. I'm watching the videos. I'm looking at YouTube. I'm learning and I am teaching myself, because in my quiet time, though, it is in my quiet time. It is in my quiet time. It is my quiet time that I find my solitude, that I find my peace. It is in the silence that I'm able to block everything else out. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. When you are quiet, guess what you are able to be free of? Others' opinions, their thoughts, and their insecurities that they have are trying to place on you. Just because it did not work out for them doesn't mean that it's not going to work out for you. I said this in a meeting, is how this came about. I said it in a meeting. I may not have the best presentation. I may not be the smartest kid on the block. I may not say all of the immaculate and big words and all the transformative things. I may not do all of that. I may not have bells and whistles and fire that all blazing from places and it all goes off. But what I can tell you that you cannot take away from me, what I know, what I know about this chocolate girl is I know how to stay quiet and do the work. I know how to get into my quiet place and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. You cannot take my work away from me. That's what I know. I said to me, I may not have all of that. I may not have filled your form out the way you wanted it filled out. But what I know how to do is you better watch me, because I know how to stay quiet and do the work. I know how to grind. I know how to put the time in. I know how to get on my knees and pray. And if I have to stay up all night long, if I got to get a team together to help me do the research, to help me put it in, I know how to do the work. Stay quiet and do the work after these messages.
Marshall Sterling is available for your next event.
Known for her energetic speaking style and down-to-earth teaching, Marshall has made a positive impact on her audience at every engagement.
Whether it is a keynote address, conference, workshop, breakout session, or staff meeting, Marshall brings the same fire and excitement to every session.
Listen, y'all need to get into this Sterling experience. There is nothing like it.
It's the Sterling experience. It was dynamic.
To be here for the next one, your life is gonna look different when you walk out of these doors.
And if you need a speaker for your engagement, you need to book her. Listen, she's gonna bring the energy, she's gonna bring the fire, she's gonna bring all the points. A+ experience.
To bring the Sterling experience to your next event, scan the QR code on the screen or go to www.marshallsterling.com.
Stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Do the work, do the work, do the work, work. Do the work, do the work, do the work. Do the work. Make boss moves. Make moves like a boss. Move like you own it. Move like you're already there. And how do you do that? You stay quiet and you do the work. Show up and they won't even know what hit them. They won't know what hit them until you done hit them with greatness. Get fed up enough with your life. Get fed up enough with where you are and stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Get your affirmations out and say, I am enough. I am enough to stay quiet and make the magic happen. I am enough to stay quiet and make the magic happen. It's getting good in here on tonight. Listen, I gotta stay quiet and do the work. I have to stay quiet and do the work. Listen, I don't want my earrings distracting me. Listen, I have to stay quiet and do the work. Allow your work to make room for you. Your gift will make room for you. You don't have to make room for your gift. Your gift will do it for you. You want to know why? Because you're going to stay quiet. You're going to stay quiet. You're going to stay quiet. You're going to stay quiet and you're going to do the work. You're going to put the time in. You're going to grind. You're going to find the connections. You're going to make the magic happen under all circumstances. All I need you to do on tonight is to stay quiet and do the work. Do the work, do the work, do the work. What does staying quiet look like? What does staying quiet allow you? What does it allow us? It allows us three things: to show up for yourself. That's number one. To fully understand your why. And it builds your own confidence. I'm going to say that to you again. When you are quiet, in your quiet time, it allows you three things, and I don't want to mess them up, so I'm going to read them from my cue cards. You show up for yourself. It allows you to show up for yourself, number one. Number two, you are fully in the understanding of your why. And then the third thing it does is it builds your confidence, because when you are quiet, when you're in your quiet time, you know what? I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for me because I know this is where I want to go. And then in my quiet time, see, I'm thinking and I'm strategizing and I'm planning and I know what I want to do. So I understand my why. I understand my purpose because I'm repeating that thing back to myself. And then it builds my self-confidence because you know what? I don't have to do this for nobody else but me. I don't have anybody else talking in my ear. So I'm walking in my own confidence. You need to know this for yourself that you got it. You need these three things because you need to know for yourself, not for other people. You need to know for you that I have it. That you are free from trying to prove it to others at the same time. When you are quiet, all I'm doing is showing up for me. because all I do is win. So I'm showing up for myself in my quiet time. You have given yourself permission to do the work under all circumstances. When you stay quiet, you just sold yourself your ticket. You sold yourself your ticket to the next level. Listen, I am telling you that there is power in being quiet. There is power in being quiet. It allows you time to think. It allows you time to think so that when you get intimidated, quiet is golden. When imposter syndrome set in, quiet is golden. When you get mad with yourself because it's not all coming together, you know what? Quiet is golden. Listen, you can leverage the power of being quiet. You want to know why? Because there is power in the quietness. Let me tell you something. Research says that being quiet turns out to be very good for your psychological benefits. Can you believe it? That in my research, there are psychological benefits to being quiet. It does what in your quietness? It increases your self-awareness, your self-compassion, improve decision-making skills with improved mental clarity. That is what psychologists back up my story. If you don't believe me, believe the research, believe the psychologists when they say, stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Why? Because you're going to show up for yourself. You're going to fully understand your why. It's going to build your self-confidence. It is going to increase your self-awareness, your self-compassion, and your improved decision-making skills with mental clarity. You get mental clarity. It is clear. You're not foggy. There's nothing. You don't have a foggy brain. Stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Embrace the quietness, your own thoughts, your own heartbeat, and your own breath. Embrace the quiet. Stay quiet and do the work. Stay quiet and do the work. Listen, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Yes! Stay quiet and do the work. This has been your Vitamin M. Do the work.
Please visit our website at www.marshallsterling.com.